ਕੀ ਮਜ਼ਾਕ ਸੁਣਨ ਦੇਖ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਸੱਚੀ ਨਾ ਬਈ
A top Chinese-made Pakistani fighter plane shot down at least 2 Indian military aircraft on Wednesday, 2 U.S. officials told Reuters, marking a major milestone for Beijing's advanced fighter jet. An Indian Air Force spokesperson said he had no comment when asked about the Reuters report. The performance of a leading Chinese fighter jet against a Western rival is being closely watched in Washington for insights into how Beijing might fare in any showdown over Taiwan or the wider Indo-Pacific. One U.S. official, speaking on condition of anonymity, said there was high confidence that Pakistan had used the Chinese-made J-10 aircraft to launch air-to-air missiles against Indian fighter jets, bringing down at least 2. Another official said at least 1 Indian jet that was shot down was a French-made Rafale fighter aircraft. Both officials said Pakistan's F-16 aircraft, made by Lockheed Martin, were not used in the shootdown. Delhi has not acknowledged the loss of any of its planes and instead said it carried out successful strikes against what it said was terrorist infrastructure inside Pakistan. World powers from the US to Russia and China have called for calm in one of the world's most dangerous and most populated nuclear flashpoint regions. In France, Rafale manufacturer Dassault Aviation and the MBDA consortium, which makes the Meteor air-to-air missile, could not immediately be reached for comment on a public holiday. While Reuters reported on Wednesday that 3 Indian planes went down, citing local government officials in India, this marks the first Western confirmation that Pakistan's Chinese-made jets were used in the shootdowns. Pakistan's defense minister, Khawaja Mohammad Asif, told Reuters on Thursday that the J-10 was used to shoot down 3 French-made Rafale planes, which were newly acquired by India. Altogether, Pakistan says it downed 5 Indian planes in air-to-air combat. The Rafale and the model of the J-10 used by Pakistan are both considered Generation 4.5 fighter jets, placing them at the leading edge of combat aircraft. Western analysts and defense industry sources said the live use of some of the advanced weapons that could be deployed in future major power conflicts would be scrutinized in minute detail, but emphasized it was too early to draw firm conclusions. Air warfare communities in China, the US, and a number of European countries will be extremely interested to try and get as much ground truth as they can on tactics, techniques, procedures, what kit was used, what worked, and what didn't, said Douglas Barry, senior fellow for military aerospace at the International Institute for Strategic Studies. Social media posts highlighted the face-off between China's PL-15 air-to-air missile against the Meteor, produced by European Missile Group MBDA. But the analysts and sources said crucial details were unclear, including whether Meteors were carried or how they may have been deployed. At the moment, it's not possible to judge anything. We know so little, a Western defense industry source said. Nuclear-armed India and Pakistan have fought 3 major wars, as well as numerous smaller conflicts. Blasts rang out across the city of Jammu in Indian Kashmir late on Thursday, during what Indian military sources said they suspected was a Pakistani drone attack across the region on the second day of clashes between the neighbors. Pakistan said earlier on Thursday it shot down 25 drones from India overnight, while India said its air defenses had stopped Pakistani drone and missile attacks on military targets. And back to Ukraine. A day ahead of Putin's parade, a representative of the Ukrainian partisan movement, Atesh, carried out a sabotage operation in Russia's Moscow region, disrupting communications at multiple Russian armed forces facilities. The movement shared photos and video of the operation on Telegram. According to Atesh, the sabotage attack took place in the village of Mohiltsy, where one of its agents destroyed equipment at a transformer substation supplying electricity and telecommunications to the area. The partisans did not specify exactly when the sabotage occurred. As a result of the attack, communications were reportedly disrupted at several key military facilities, including the 629th Anti-Aircraft Missile Regiment, Military Unit 51857, the 21st Separate Operational Brigade, Military Unit 3641, and a military town housing units 20007, 03523, and 51084. Communication problems were also reported at the 483rd Military Investigative Department of Russia's Investigative Committee and a Spur Logistics distribution warehouse that services Defense Ministry contracts. The disruption of communications and power supply caused chaos in command, hindered planning, and disrupted coordination among military facilities, the report read. On May 5th, partisans reported destroying another transformer substation in the Russian Saratov region, which cut power to 2 cellular base stations. Those stations provide communications for critical sites, including the Gazprom Mash oil refinery, the Piro Group plant, and a Russian military mobilization center. In late April, Ukraine's main intelligence directorate announced the destruction of a Russian Su-30SM fighter jet in what it called a successful sabotage operation. A video posted by the agency showed the aircraft burning in the distance, with the message, "Resistance to Putinism is growing." According to HER, the incident took place at the Rostov-on-Don Central Airfield, where the jet reportedly caught fire and was completely destroyed. The agency said that saboteurs managed to infiltrate the airfield and destroy the aircraft, identified by the tail number 35. The Su-30SM is estimated to be worth around $50 million. The scale of forces ready to resist the Kremlin and carry out acts of demilitarization of the aggressor state is growing, the HER statement said. Von der Leyen warns, a weak peace deal with Russia could open the door to more war. Putin negotiates with bombs, she told the EU Parliament, stressing that peace must be on Ukraine's terms, or risk history repeating itself. The Netherlands is preparing for a possible conflict with Russia, believing that it will be able to restore its capabilities within a year after the end of the war with Ukraine. Vice Admiral Peter Rissink, director of the Dutch military intelligence agency MIVD, reported this. The intelligence agency had warned of deepening geopolitical, economic, and military ties between Russia and China, as well as growing risks for Europe. In its annual report, published late last month, the intelligence service reported an increase in hybrid attacks by China and Russia against the Netherlands and other European countries. MIVD has identified several Russian cyber operations against the Netherlands. For example, in 2024, a Russian hacker group sabotaged the digital management system of a public institution. A cyber operation was also detected against the country's vital infrastructure to prepare for a sabotage, which, however, was unsuccessful. Russia also performed cyber attacks on the websites of political parties and public transportation companies in the Netherlands. This was an attempt to make it more difficult for citizens to vote in the European Parliament elections. According to Racing, such interference is not unique to the Netherlands.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.